Welcome, dear listeners, to Late Night Story Radio. Tonight, the wind howls through the studio's crevices, bringing with it the bone-chilling cold of winter. I, Morgan Hay, sit here with a lukewarm cup of coffee, staring at the computer screen's cold blue light, the only light in this darkened room. Have you ever wondered if behind the lines of code, the websites, the anonymous forums we browse every day, someone is watching? Are there secrets, hidden organizations lurking in the deep layers of the internet, waiting for souls curious or daring enough? Tonight, I'm going to tell you about 8 of the most mysterious phenomena ever to appear on the internet. These true stories will make you jump and look at your own computer. And perhaps, just perhaps, you'll wonder if you're being watched right now. The first story comes from an email I received a few weeks ago. The sender identified himself as Daniel Thornton, a 29-year-old programmer working at a cybersecurity company in San Francisco. What he recounted kept me awake for many nights. Please listen. Dear Morgan, I am writing this at 3:00 a.m., sitting in a dark room with only the light from my laptop screen. I don't know if I should send this letter, but after what I've been through, I feel compelled to share it with someone. And I think a show like yours is the most suitable place. It all started in early 2012. I was 17 then, a computer-obsessed kid always browsing tech forums. One January night, while scrolling through 4chan, a forum famous for its anonymity and chaos, I saw a strange image. The image was simple, black background, white text, but its content made me stop. Hello, we are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a message hidden in this image. Find it, and it will lead you to us. We look forward to meeting the few who will make it all the way through. Good luck. 3301. At the bottom was a picture of a cicada. Morgan, I know you might think this was just an online prank, but believe me, it wasn't. This was the beginning of one of the greatest mysteries in internet history. A game that, to this day, no one has fully solved. At first, I was just curious. I downloaded the image, opened it with analysis software, and discovered a piece of text hidden in the file's code. That text led to a link. That link led to another image. That image contained another cipher. And so, I was drawn in. I wasn't the only one. Within hours, thousands of people worldwide had noticed the image. Forums exploded with people trying to decipher it together. We shared clues, debated the meaning of each code, working together like a secret organization. But Morgan, what we uncovered went far beyond imagination. The codes didn't just lead to websites, they led to real phone numbers. When called, you'd hear a robotic voice reading another sequence of numbers. Those sequences led to passages of ancient Latin text, excerpts from rare philosophical books. Then, suddenly, everything jumped out of the virtual world. One night, after solving a complex code, I received an address. Not a web address, but a real physical address in my city. I went there the next afternoon. It was an old telephone pole on a deserted street corner. Taped to it was an A4 sheet of paper with a cicada image and a new sequence of numbers. I wasn't the only one who found that paper. Following me was another young man, about the same age, looking as tired as if he'd been up all night. We looked at each other, both holding phones, both equally bewildered. "You're from Cicada too?" he asked. That was the first time I heard the name spoken aloud. Cicada 3301, the name of the mysterious organization behind this game. We didn't talk much, just took photos of the paper and left. But in his eyes, I saw something, an excitement mixed with fear, as if we had just stepped into something much larger than an online game. The following weeks, everything became even crazier. Clues appeared all over the world, from Poland, France, Australia, Korea, and the US. Papers were taped in the most remote places, as if an entire network of people was putting them out there. The codes grew increasingly complex. They required knowledge of advanced cryptography, programming, mathematics, even music and philosophy. This was not a game for ordinary people. This was a test for the most elite minds. And then, after almost a month of deciphering, I reached the final stage, a secret website on the dark web. To access it, you needed Tor software that conceals your identity. The website had only a single welcoming line: "We will contact you." I waited a week, 2 weeks, nothing. Then one night, a message appeared in my encrypted email inbox. No subject, no sender name, just a short paragraph. "Daniel Thornton, we have been monitoring your progress. You are one of the few who made it to the end. we have a question for you. Morgan, I swear to you, my heart was pounding. They knew my name, they knew my private email. They had been tracking me. Their question wasn't technical, not about math or ciphers. It was a philosophical question. Do you believe in the freedom of information? Do you believe that everyone deserves absolute privacy on the internet? Are you willing to work for that ideal? I answered yes, and they asked a few more questions about my views on censorship, cybersecurity, and individual freedom. Then they said, "Welcome to us. In the next few days, you will receive further instructions. Do not share this with anyone. We value discretion." And the email ended with the familiar signature, 3301. Morgan, this is where I have to stop. I don't dare to tell you more. Not because I don't want to, but because I signed a non-disclosure agreement. But I can tell you this. Cicada 3301 is not a prank, not a marketing gimmick, not a child's game. They are a real organization. They recruit people, they have a purpose, and they are still out there, hidden in the shadows of the internet. Every year on January 4th, for 3 consecutive years, they released a new puzzle. Each time it was more complex, each time fewer people reached the end. And then, after 2014, they disappeared. No more puzzles, no more messages, just silence. Some say they are a spy organization, some say they are a secret cult, some say they are a group of hackers who want to create a freer internet. I don't know who they are, but I know one thing: they are watching. They are always watching. And if you are smart enough, curious enough, and daring enough, perhaps one day you, too, will receive a message from them. But be careful, Morgan, because once you step into the world of Cicada, you can never go back. P.S. There's one more thing I have to tell you, Morgan, something I've never shared with anyone. After being recruited, about 20 of us from all over the world were placed on a private forum on the dark web. It could only be accessed via Tor with dozens of layers of encryption. Everyone used pseudonyms. No one knew anyone's true identity. The first task they gave us was to create a Deadman Switch software. It's a type of software that automatically disseminates information if the user is captured, killed, or incapacitated. The goal was to protect whistleblowers, investigative journalists, and those fighting for information freedom. Sounds noble, doesn't it, Morgan? But the reality was much more complex. We worked together for 3 months. At first, everything was exciting. We felt like we were doing something important, something meaningful. But gradually, cracks began to appear. The problem was that they recruited the smartest individuals, which meant they recruited the biggest egos. 20 people, each convinced they were the best, each with their own opinion on how to do things. No one wanted to listen to anyone else. Everyone wanted to lead, but no one wanted to follow. I remember one night we argued for 6 straight hours over a single line of code. 6 hours, Morgan, over one line of code. And Cicada, they remained silent. They didn't intervene. They only observed. Then, one night in May 2013, a user named Sage, one of the people who solved the 2012 puzzle like me, logged in and announced, "They've fired us." I thought it was a joke, but it wasn't. A few days later, the forum completely disappeared, as if it had never existed. I tried to contact Cicada via encrypted email, no response. I tried to find the other members of the group. Most had vanished, erasing all traces online. Only a few of us were left, sitting here with a pile of unanswered questions. But there was something worse, Morgan, something that keeps me awake to this day. In the final days on the forum, before everything dissolved, there was a member, I don't know his real name, only his username, Tech. He told me that Cicada had infiltrated many large organizations. He said they had people inside Condé Nast, one of the world's largest magazine publishing corporations. He said they had people in many other places, but dared not say specifically, out of fear. Fear of what, Morgan? Fear of whom? Not long after, Tech also disappeared. I tried to find him, but it was hopeless, as if he had never existed. As for Cicada, they reappeared in January 2013, then 2014. Each time there was a new puzzle, each time more complex, and each time fewer people reached the finish line. And then, after solving the 2014 puzzle, the winners did not receive an invitation to join the organization. Instead, they received a book, a strange book written entirely in ancient runic characters called Liber Primus. The first book, 58 pages thick. To this day, after more than 11 years, only a few pages have been deciphered. The rest remains a mystery. What do the deciphered pages talk about? Philosophy, enlightenment, the search for truth with your own eyes. Don't believe anyone or anything without verification. There's a line I remember very clearly. Trust nothing from this book unless you know it to be true. Test your knowledge. Seek your own truth. Experience your own death. Experience your own death, Morgan. That line sends shivers down my spine every time I think about it. After 2014, Cicada went completely silent. No puzzles in January 2015. Nothing at all. Then in 2016, a short message appeared on Twitter, just a few lines with an authenticated digital signature. Content: be patient, we are still here. And then silence again. In 2017, they appeared one last time to declare that any puzzle without their digital signature was fake. They were not associated with impersonators using the name Cicada 3301 to scam or cause trouble. After that, nothing. Only absolute silence. Morgan, by now you might think I'm a bit paranoid, but let me tell you about others. There's a young man named Joel Eriksson, a Swedish programmer. He also solved the 2012 puzzle but started later than me, so he didn't receive an invitation. He spent the next 2 years trying to contact Cicada. Then one day, he went silent, deleted all his posts, all his social media accounts, and disappeared. There's a girl named Nox Populi, a pseudonym, of course. She won the 2013 puzzle and made a series of YouTube videos chronicling her experience. She said that Cicada suddenly disappeared after the Edward Snowden leaks about the NSA. She suggested they might have been afraid of being monitored, afraid of being discovered. But she also said,